Hi, and welcome to the Zoomcast. That's what we're calling it until we come up with a better name. Hey, I'm Ed Kirchdorfer, Chief Operating Officer here at Mayo Performing Arts Center, and today is all about Nutcracker. I'm recording this on Monday, December 4th, and Nutcracker begins next Friday, December 15th, with 13 performances through December 27th. And we're going to be featuring an interview with a couple of members of New Jersey Ballet in just a few short minutes. But just a couple of announcements before we get going. Registration for spring performing arts classes is now open. We have more classes in the spring than we've ever had before to hopefully meet the demand of the public. Classes begin in January and they will run for about 14 weeks. You can see a list of these classes at mayoarts.org. We are also adding a winter enrichment program for the Performing Arts School. Most of this will take place in February. They're shorter classes. They will include an open mic for adults, magic and mayhem class for teenagers, and some master classes featuring Broadway performers. And again, you can read up more about this at mayoarts.org. I'm hoping to get someone from the Performing Arts School on a future cast to talk about next semester. Hey, congratulations to us, MPAC. Yeah, we picked up 4 Broadway World New Jersey Award nominations for our presentation of Matilda last June. We were nominated for Best Musical for Matilda, Best Direction, Kathy Roy, Best Direction Orchestra Performance, Charles Santoro, and Best Sound Design, John Frangione. And you can go to BroadwayWorld.com and vote for us and support us and lead us to victory. So I hope you take a few minutes to go to BroadwayWorld.com and vote for MPAC for these awards. And again, it's the holiday season, and I would be remiss not to remind you that gift certificates make great presents. And of course, we sell gift certificates. Call the box office or order them online and give them to your family, your friends, coworkers, strangers, whoever. They will enjoy a great performance either in 2024 or later on. Now let's take a look at a 30-second promo of a Nutcracker, and we'll be back with Maria and Ilse from New Jersey Ballet just after this.
The holiday tradition returns. The annual production of New Jersey Ballet's Nutcracker at Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown with New Jersey Symphony. Don't miss this seasonal tradition that enchants youngsters and grown-ups alike, with splendid dancing, eye-popping special effects, and a touch of holiday magic. Performances run December 15th through 27th. For tickets, visit mayoarts.org.
Welcome back to the Zoomcast. I'm Ed Kirchdorfer, Chief Operating Officer. It is Monday, December 4th, as we record today, and it's hard to believe that it's less than 2 weeks before New Jersey Ballet's Nutcracker comes to our building for 13 performances, starting December 15th and running through December 27th. We are joined today by Maria Kowroski, the Artistic Director of New Jersey Ballet, and Ilse Kapteyn, one of the dancers of Nutcracker. Welcome, ladies. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, nice to be here.
So can you believe that it's Nutcracker season already?
No. Seems like we just finished yesterday doing last year's Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Maria, is there anything in terms of the performance itself? Are there any new twists or wrinkles to Nutcracker? Do you have to make twists or wrinkles to Nutcracker, or is it so built in as is that you just kind of do what you need to do to make this a special performance?
Well, I think, I came to this production of Nutcracker in 2021. So that year I kind of was just absorbing the production, kind of looking at it for the first time. And the following year I made some changes. And I think every year we're going to make little tweaks and changes, not only to keep it exciting for the dancers, but also for the audience.
Mm-hmm. And Ilse, how many years have you performed in Nutcracker?
I've performed since I was a kid, but I've been at New Jersey Ballet since 2012, so it's been a long time doing this production too.
And what role will you be performing this year?
We do, all the dancers get to do a big variety of roles, which is really fun, keeps it interesting too. And but I get to do Snow Queen and Sugar Plum and principal roles like that, which is exciting.
Do you have a particular favorite role that you like to do?
Probably Sugar Plum, but We also have a new Arabian this year, which is really fun.
Mhm. Maria, how big of a cast does Nutcracker have?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I mean, we have a lot of the children from the school
Mhm.
joining us, and there's, I mean, I would say at least 30 kids from the school.
Mhm.
And then we have our cast of the company, which is 22. Plus we have the trainees, which is another 8. So I don't know, someone can do the math, but it's about at least 50, 60 people in the show.
And does the cast rotate from performance to performance, or is it the same cast in every show?
So, like Ilse said, they all get the opportunity to do many different roles. So we will have a different cast pretty much. I wouldn't say every night, but we try to keep the same cast, during a weekend. So because we don't have a lot of time to rehearse. So we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to be on stage and get to go through it one time. And then, we'll rotate out the next week and have a whole new cast. So everyone gets an opportunity to do different roles.
And of course, what makes this Nutcracker special is that we have New Jersey Symphony performing live in the theater, which we've done since 2010. We have a new conductor this year, Konstantin, and I'm going to take a shot at his last. As someone with the last name Kirchdorfer, I'm going to take a shot at his last name, Konstantin Kitsopoulos. That
sounds right.
yeah. So when you're dancing to rehearsing to recorded music and dancing to recorded music, and suddenly you have a live orchestra in place, how does that affect the energy level of your performance and the show itself?
Ilse, why don't you take that one?
I think we get so used to the recorded music and it's the same tempo every time. So when you have the orchestra and you're not really sure what you're going to get, you really have to be listening. But I think that actually makes it, everyone's kind of more present than they were with the recorded music and more together almost. So it's really wonderful.
How much of a period of adjustment does it take to kind of, I'm sure that there are recordings of previous Nutcrackers that the symphony listens to in terms of getting the tempo right. So how much of a period of adjustment? Is it in the rehearsal itself the first time you're with the orchestra, or is it actually in the show when you finally, kind of get a sense of where they're going with that music?
I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the conductor and how familiar they are with the Nutcracker. I mean, every company has different tempos, but I know that Konstantin came to see our performances at Bergen, so he saw, the recorded music, and he kind of has an idea of the tempos that we need. But there is like a little bit of a grace period, we'll see. I mean, I'm really hopeful that this is going to be, an easy adjustment for the dancers. And, I think, like Ilse said, what's really wonderful about live music is that it makes it more spontaneous because they really have to listen. And even if it is faster or slower than they're used to, they have to adjust to that. And I think it makes it more exciting for the dancers for sure.
Mm-hmm. Nutcracker coming to Mayo Performing Arts Center for 13 performances beginning Friday, December 15th, running through December 27th. I believe 3 of the performances are almost sold out already. So good tickets, but the good tickets are still available. You have a couple of guest dancers this year. Would you like to talk about these dancers and how you got them to join you for this year's set of performances?
Well, I think, the first year that I arrived at New Jersey Ballet, I thought it would be a wonderful idea to bring in some guest artists to dance with the dancers. And I think we'll make it like a tradition every year to have somebody come in. It not only gives a great opportunity for these dancers to work with a partner from a different company, but I think it also brings in another audience. Chunwei Chan, who is from New York City Ballet, he's a principal dancer, wonderful dancer, wonderful partner, and he'll be performing with Ilse on opening night, December 15th, and also on December 17th at 6 p.m. I think giving her the opportunity to dance with somebody that, is really, really strong and powerful and, calm. And I think it's going to be a wonderful experience for her. And then on December 21st and 22nd, we have Carlos Gonzalez from American Ballet Theater. And he actually performed with us this past weekend at Bergen as well. And he's been joining us every year since I arrived. And it's been wonderful to see him grow as an artist as well. And he always dances with one of our other dancers, Uni Suba, and she's growing too as an artist. And I don't know, I think it just adds an element to the whole production and lifts it up. And I think it also brings the dancers to another level because they see these guest artists coming in. I think they all want to rise to that level and match them. So, but Ilse can speak more about that too. It's different as a dancer, I'm sure.
It's so exciting and inspiring to have them, and I can't wait to dance with Chunwei. I had one rehearsal with him so far, and he's just such a good partner and so calm, like you said, and nice and no ego, even though he's from big company. So it's really exciting for us.
Why do you think that people come back to the Nutcracker year after year?
I think it's a holiday tradition for most families. I mean, it was the first performance that I saw as a little kid, and I think it sparks the holiday season. I think people are like, okay, let's, and it's a wonderful thing for families to go see, because not only, I think also when they see children on stage, that's exciting, and the mice and the soldiers, I think it just creates I don't know, even for my son, he's 7 years old. He didn't like the Nutcracker last year or the year before because he was too young. He didn't understand it. Now he's like, when are we going to the Nutcracker? And I said, you're going to see many performances. Don't worry. But he, I think it's exciting, and his classmates want to come see it as well. So it's a great way for the families to kind of start their holiday season and make a nice tradition.
Yeah, I know. I've gone with my wife and child for a couple years now. The first year, I think he was 5, and he loved the first act, and then he slept through the second act. So we got to enjoy the second act. Well, we had to restrain him during the first act, but yeah. It's great that so many people just make it a centerpiece of their holiday season. What do you hope that what would you say to somebody who's on the fence about maybe bringing their family? They're not sure. As I said, you have a 7-year-old and you weren't sure. Someone with a young child who, not sure if they're mature enough for Nutcracker. What would you tell them? What would you tell them about coming to the show and the comfort level of bringing a child to the show?
I mean, I think there's something for everyone in the performance. And the first act, like you said, I think is really exciting for children. There's a lot that goes on. There's children on the stage, so they can relate to that. The mice and the battle scene is very exciting. And I think, the second act it's not that long. And I think there's clowns in there. And I think that also kind of keeps the children excited. And, I think because our production has so many special effects and, it snows and there's, nice smoke, and there's the battle scene has big explosions, and the sled, flies through the air. I think there's things throughout the whole production that can keep children engaged and excited about what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Great. And you also have a couple other performances coming to MPAC later this season, Leap into Spring in March, and then Sleeping Beauty in May. Anything you'd like to say about those events coming up?
Well, I think, Leap into Spring, we always try to do a evening of repertory. We have some great ballets on that program. One of them is Concerto Barocco by George Balanchine. It's kind of a classic for a New York City ballet goer, but I think it's a wonderful ballet for our dancers to get to dive into musicality and just, learning this choreography that's, I don't know, you hear this music, you can't imagine any other choreography to it. So I'm really excited for the dancers to work on it. We're bringing Not Our Fate back, which was a ballet by Lauren Lovett, and very excited. I think that was really successful last spring when we did it, and not a lot of people got to see it. So I hope that people come out and watch that. And we're still kind of finessing what other pas de deux will go in that program, but it should be really exciting. And I hope that anyone who loves the ballet or loves any kind of different ballet other than a story, I think they would really enjoy this evening. And of course, the Sleeping Beauty, it'd be wonderful to make this a holiday tradition in the spring, and have everybody kind of come out and see that. We put a lot of effort last year into making some changes and bringing it to another level. And I think we're going to still kind of keep adding to it this year and make it even grander. And I hope that people will return to see that, because it's a wonderful production. The dancing is great. And I think that it is something for everybody in there as well. And it's a classic story for children. So I think that they would enjoy it.
And tickets for all those performances are available at mayoarts.org. Again, Nutcracker, Friday, December 15th, opens for 13 performances running through the 27th. And if you are looking for some holiday cheer for your family, do come to the show. It really is a special performance. And when the show's over, you can walk down to the green. The green is very Christmassy. Morristown's a very Christmas-friendly town. There's some great restaurants and just a great atmosphere in the area. So we hope that we can see you all out there. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon. You'll be moving in, sleeping bags, everything, guys. Make yourself at home. But thank you for joining us this morning. I appreciate it. We'll be back with more in the Zoomcast right after this.
Hey everybody, it's me, Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray. Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical is back, featuring songs that are fresh, winning, and tuneful. Come see the mega hit about a girl from 1960s Baltimore, me, who dares to dream big and changes the world. Don't miss the warm-hearted musical comedy, Hairspray.
Coming to Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown, January 26th and 27th. For tickets, visit mayoarts.org.
Well, that's the cast for today. Thanks for listening. We'll be back soon.